Good morning, park managers, and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 2. Now, today I thought with it being the end of the year, we should celebrate with showing all of our Site Bs that we've made in 2024. Now, there's a fair few of them, and we're going to get through it, and right at the end, there is one that you haven't seen yet. So, I hope you enjoy. This first one is Site B additions. Now, this one is where I was changing up the formula to Site B maps. Now, I was experimenting with a few different things in not just only adding like new addition animals to the island, but also adding new areas, changing up different parts of the island to different theming. Like we have an airport that was added in there, obviously an abandoned one. And we added various other little islands here and there and changed the theming of them. And it was just a really fun like Site B this. I quite enjoyed building all these new additions because originally it was all tropical and then we got all these different areas and different themes, which was really cool. Now we have Operation Site B. Now Operation Site B was a working Site B in the sense of people were on the island, they were researching the dinosaurs, seeing how they lived, almost like a safari style it's basically a safari style Site B, and there's like different locations throughout the island. This one made it easier for me to just add dinosaurs here, there and everywhere without having to wait for a helicopter to go and deliver them, and it also added some very interesting it just added points of interest really. And it all started not as a Site B. You see there in the back, that cove is literally this map I made to take a screenshot of an Archeolon on the beach, and but long behold I turned it into a whole Site B, and that's how we got Operation Site B. And honestly, this was quite a fun one to do, and it had a very long life. We very occasionally dip back to it here and there just to see what's going on, but again, this was one of my Site Bs that I actually made on my console and not on my PC. Now we have Site B environments. This was a really fun one, and the inspiration behind this one came from Manticorp from Camp Cretaceous. Obviously they have the different environmental domes, so we made it so there was a hill right in the center of it and had different environments breaking down which could be viewed from the top of the hill, and which is a really fun, interesting build. We have a snow biome, a desert biome, a lush tropical river system biome, and then we have a redwood forest biome. And this was, like I said, I had a lot of fun making this one. This was another one that I made on my console, and the vast differences was really cool. So we have the barrenness of the desert area. As you can see right now, this is the tropical river area, which was really cool, very dense in tropical plants and things like this, and took a while to make this little area. So we did it week by week with the different areas, and it was just a fun one to go around. And there's the desert one in the background. I loved it, making this. I made it so barren, and then there was these craters where lush life and oases were hiding, and it was just dead interesting. And then this this is the biggest one. Yeah, I had so much fun making this. It was just interesting to watch the animals do their thing in the different environments, and definitely made for something interesting. This here is the redwood biome and looks really cool. Had one main river going through it, and then the last biome was the snow biome. We had a big lake river area again, which is quite a common theme because it was all coming down from the mountains, and then loads of hilly pinewood forests knocking around. And also it would look really cool, this little area with mammoths and Cenozoic creatures from the Ice Age. But yeah, that there is Site B environments, and probably something I might go back into doing again because it was a tremendous amount of fun making that, and I really did enjoy it. And the overall look of it was really cool. The segmented parts and the hills is what blocked each area up. Now we have probably, which is one of my highly requested ones and a fan favourite, I'd say, is Wild Biosyn. Honestly, the amount of requests I get to go back to this Site B happens a fair few often, and it is a really stunning Site B. So this is done on the Biosyn Square map, and we went through a load of hills, kind of islands broken up a little bit by big seaways. it was just honestly so cool to like look at the islands, and like where there was like these massive like valleys are made into slightly tropical or swampy areas, one mainly to accommodate the food for the large herbivores, and add a little bit of storytelling to it. It's like a like excluded environment, as it were. But yeah, that is wild biosyn. Now we have operational site B. This was one that, this is quite a close-ish one. I think we made this in the middle of the year, and it was, I really do like this one. Again, this is going off what I had on console, because this is one of another PC build like Wild Biosim. This one we wanted like to be able to have like an operational one to make it easy for me, so I'm not having to helicopter or herd all the animals onto the islands. They can just be placed straight out of the hatcheries, and again, it adds an interesting like point of interest. I don't know why I say interest. It's already, yeah, point of interest is what it is. And it's just a really cool, fun build. Now, last but least, we have the Sanctuary Site B. This one I made because I wanted to include marine life, air life, as well as land life. It's really cool. I mean, the only thing that looks a bit weird is having the lagoons as a border to the ocean. I tried my best to make it look pretty flush with each other, and nevertheless, I really did want to enjoy like marine life in a Site B. So let's hope in Jurassic World Evolution 3 that we get the ability to have just free roaming lagoon creatures in normal depths of water instead of having to place a lagoon, because it would definitely add to my like Site Bs in the future. Now, as promised, here we have Thanos Draco Isles. Now, the inspiration behind this one was from like the Hapsagopteryx Islands and a few shows about insular dwarfism in dinosaurs, which I always found interesting as a kid because there was a lot of these shows back then. Now, like I said, that's the inspiration behind it. Back in 2023, before I did like properly commit to community Site Bs, I used to do Site B ASMRs where I'd make like complete environments. Obviously not all dinosaurs from the same area. It was just like a wild environment that had a fair bit of theming behind it. And I'd go and record what the dinosaurs were doing in other prehistoric life, maybe hunting, eating, drinking, herding, walking around, sleeping. And then I'd compile it into, I think it was roughly like 15-minute long videos of just like Site B ASMR. And I was going to do one this year, and I never got around to doing it because at this point when I made this is when I made this on console, and I switched over to playing just on PC. So yeah, it kind of got left behind, and I never got to show it off. And when making these videos, I all of a sudden I came across it and completely remembered what I was going to do with this. And yeah, it just, honestly, this was a nice little build. From looking at it, I don't feel like I completed the build itself, but the recipe's there. And I really did enjoy making this and coming back to and just seeing everything. It was really cool. So yeah, this was nice. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this and it's given you some inspiration with your Site Bs. And all the best with the new year, and I hope you have a great celebration if you celebrate the New Year's Eve and things like that. And yeah, next year we'll have a brand new Site B, which I'm currently building right now, for us to start doing our community Site B. So let me know in the comments of what kind of dinosaurs or creatures would you like to add to the island, and I'll get round to doing it, and I'll see you next year.